and welcome to the third video in the series of how to get started in surviving Mars. In this video we will be looking at how to prepare for a rocket landing, or your first rocket landing in this case, and also landing the rocket and get the first buildings built. So join me on this adventure into the early phases of the game. We have now finally opened the game and is ready to roll. As you can see, we have a valley, and there's 3 plateaus, and all of this is surrounded by more mountains. We got a plateau down here on the lower right corner. We got a plateau on the left, and we got a plateau in the top middle, more or less. The rest is basically just a big valley. Where we can build. We can also build on the plateaus, but it's a little bit more tricky to do that and not something we will do early on. In the bottom, you will notice that there's a rocket flashing. That's our rocket and the one that is going to land in a few moments. Before that, and just beside that, there's a little, there's 4 what is called Orbital Probes, and they immediately scans for depots and anomalies on your on the surface, and it's a great idea to use those immediately. The earlier on, the better. So I personally always start by scanning the nearby area. As you can see, the game has already found a sector for us, and it has found some metal, and it has found some concrete. And there's a buildings area of 73%. The remaining 27% is at the top corner up here, where we cannot build, plus a little bit down here. We are probably able to build on the lower part, but it's not that good. So you can see we have some rocks over here. We have some small hills right here, and we have a few other things. When looking at this, you will notice some icons. These icons are basically your resources. So in this case, underground metal. This one is underground metal, and this one is concrete deposit. And we have quite a few concrete deposits all over the map. We don't know where yet because they had not been found, and we can't see them on the map as it is right now. So if we're going out here, you can see there's nothing that is yellow like it is up here. You can see it is a little bit yellow, especially when we let the game run for a little bit and we get to see the ground. Then you will notice it's a yellow color. So in a few moments you will see that the concrete is, there we go. Now you can see that it's yellow. So these yellow areas, they are not anywhere else at all. We can't see them. So we have to use our probes to find additional, to scan the area around us. Personally, I would probably go with, in this case, you can see this one down here, buildable area 11%, sorry. That is not a very good sector to scan, as it's not giving us much information, and it won't be very buildable at all. The next one, 30%, could work, maybe not the best. This one up here, 89%. Oh yeah, absolutely. So we basically press that one, and I just select that, and it's automatically revealed what we have. You can see we got another metal deposit, and we got a yellow thing here, and that is basically an anomaly. And these anomalies will require what is called an explorer. And the explorer is a little rover that comes with the game, and or comes with a rocket. You get 1 explorer, you get 1 commander, and you get 1 transporter from the beginning of the game. It's very important that you got those 3 because they are very important, especially in the beginning. And if you want to do things maybe not even near where the rocket is, but maybe even a little bit further, then the transporter can be really, really useful there. The next sector I would probably scan. I'm debating a little bit because the numbers right here is not that great. 70, 30, 44 is not that good. This one is actually okay, but it's on a little plateau or little hill right here, as you can see around here. So I'll try to avoid scanning in that area. I would probably more like to scan over here, which will be this one. And when, just a moment, let's select the right one. There we go. And you can see there was nothing. No one. Nothing found. There was a little bit of metal, but it's only some metal rocks like this, for example. And one up here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones made out of metal. And that's it. The next one, this one, 30%. No. I would probably go with this one, 95%. That's a great one.
Milestone achieved.
And suddenly we got a little warning. We got a warning saying milestone achieved. And let's have a look at that. Find water on Mars. And sure enough, there is water. So now we have an underground water deposit that we can use. It's a really good start. It's not the best location, but we can make it work. We also found a concrete down here, and we found what is called a vista, which is basically what it says up here, improves the comfort of all residents when in radius of a dome. And if you want, you can open up the encyclopedia and we can look at that. So it doesn't really tell you a lot about the vista itself. It just tells you about colonists. But it is normally, I would say, it's a location where there's a pretty site. Imagine it like that, and that you can, and that if you build a dome nearby, they will enjoy this pretty site. It's basically like that. We also got a concrete depot down here, and we got this anomaly, and you can see it says anomaly. Our scientists believe that this anomaly may lead to a breakthrough. That is a very, very important thing to know already now, because breakthroughs are extremely useful. You can also read a little bit more about them here, so where you can see the 4 different types. Event anomaly. These anomalies trigger events which can be associated with mysterious or not. Research anomalies. These anomalies instantly generate research points, which then contribute to any ongoing research. Breakthrough anomaly. These anomalies reveal a tech in the breakthrough field in the research screen. And the last one, tech anomaly. These anomalies enable specific text to be researched no matter their place in the text field. So basically it says that you will get in the what's it called, the research screen down here. If we open that, you can see there's an empty one called breakthrough, and that can be filled out with breakthroughs. It's not that common, but you might be able to find a few breakthroughs. So that's what this little breakthrough here will give you. It also showed that there is a little bit of metal right here, which is a great thing. We also got some metal up here. So maybe this is a great location to start our colony. We still have 1 probe left. I'm a little bit debating if I should go over here or if I should go down here. I think I will go down here. Because this one, as it says, high chance that this sector contains water. This one has concrete and metals. So I'm a little bit more like, I think that's a good one. It had some metal. Okay. And we have found whatever we want. There's no general rules regarding finding and using these probes. You can use them as you want. And you can wait using them, or you can use them straight away as I just did. In my case, I have now a good little feeling for what is around here. The next thing I will do is actually to get started on scanning sectors. And I would, in this case, I'm probably going more like from one corner to another. So I will probably start up here and then get this area up here figured out first. Then I will move around, basically get the whole valley, including where where it might not have the best. For example, this one is unexplored and there's a buildable area of 3%. But it's good to have, and it's not a part of the plateaus up in around it. So I would say the corners is a great place to get around. So I would click these into it, as you can see, and I'll click that one. So now we're going to get this area scanned. And what we have done now is basically we're ready to get our rocket down. Where should we put it? That's always a good question. In this case, I am thinking a lot about placing it right here, because we have a concrete deposit, which is a very good idea, especially in the beginning. And it's a huge deposit, actually. You can see it's double up the value from, or actually more than double up the value from this location up here down to here. So you can see this one contains 1,501. This one down here contains 3,461 concrete. That's a huge difference. This one also includes water. Very important on Mars. Very, very important on Mars. And it also includes some metal. And you will notice that here there is an underground metal right here with 606. It's okay. Over here you got a bunch more, 1,294. And you also got one down here, so 755. So this is probably a very good starting area, I would say. So we will get our rocket and we will select a spot. I will not directly place it on the vista. I'll probably place it a little bit away from it, but still so that you can, so that I have this blue hexagon covering an area. Currently, you can see I'm covering all of our metal stones on the surface. I'm covering the concrete deposit, and I'm covering the water deposit. The blue area is where the drones that is included on this, the small drones that will do all the work, they will work within this blue hexagon. There is a small white hexagon that is when the rocket lifts off at one point. It will damage things that are within that little square. One way to help that is to build a what is called a landing pad. We will do that a little bit later, not right here in the beginning, because of course you have to get something down on the ground first before you can do anything. So I will place it, let's say right here. And now we start the game. And you can see that it already says a few things with sector scanned and so on and so on. We don't need to think about that. It came up with a few things here. So very, very soon you will see the rocket is landing. We're zooming in so we can really see it. You can also see that's the damaged, or the area it's damaging. So it's quite a big area that is getting damaged when with that little white hexagon around it. The first 3 rovers that came out is the RC Commander, it's the Transport, and it's the Explorer. I'm selecting them by clicking on the left mouse button. Nothing fancy about that. What you see around them is smaller drones, and these are your workhorses, and they are extremely resilient. They can really do a lot of stuff. It's very, very rare that they die, basically. The very first thing I want to do is to take the Explorer here and left-click it, and then down here you can see there is a small icon showing what to do. In this case, right-click on the anomaly, and then the rover slowly will begin to drive down there to pick up, to scan that anomaly. We will do the same with the transporter, except we will select some of this metal. So, for example, up here, they will begin to go down there, or it will begin to drive up there. The drones and so on are not doing anything yet, but we are going to do that in just a few seconds. I'm going to pause it again, and then we open the research screen very, very quickly. And as you can see, the first thing right here, low G shaft tunneling, is already almost researched. The game automatically researches things even if you has not selected anything. It will continue to research. So, but then it will just be a random list. It will not be what you select. In this case, I would say it's okay to let it, especially in the beginning, it's okay just to let it scan, because you get this message many, many, many times that there is nothing to research. And it's just annoying, in the long run at least. But you can look at the different ones and say, oh, this one seems interesting, and select that. Personally, I will probably go with the decommission protocol, because that allows us to remove things. Really, really important to do that. Salvage and destroy buildings. Very important to do that. The next one... that can actually be a little bit more confusing, or it can be a little bit more what do you think. I don't have any preferences on what to select next. It could be that I would say water reclamation. That will reduce the water consumption of the dome. So when we get colonists, we have to build a dome, and then the water reclamation, or the water used there, will be limited or made quite a lot less. So the consumption is quite little. You will see that they are listed out over here on the left side, and they will overrule whatever the game is automatically scanning or is automatically researching. So when these two are done, this one will continue. So that's something we can quickly do and say continue. For me, if you want something, or if you get a breakthrough, it's a great idea to go into your research tree and select that, select the breakthrough that has been discovered. But beside of that, it doesn't really have a big importance on what to do. The very, very first building I always build is a drone hub. The drone hubs is basically a building that allows you to have drones. Yeah. And will control the drones. They are extremely important to have.
Sector scanned.
And you can see there was the first sector scanned, and it found 1,483 concrete. And now you can see we have placed the first building, in this case our drone hub, already. And because it's a prefab, we got all the materials from Earth, and we got 2 drones working on that. And it's built. It got this little symbol. Plus it did something else, if you'd noticed that. These 4 drones came in and began to be used too. So a drone hub basically includes a few drones additionally. So, but we need some power to get this one started. So we go back into the building menu, go up to the power section, And then you can see there's a bunch of menu of things here. Solar panels, large solar panel, wind turbine, large wind turbine, the Stirling generator, the fusion reactor, power accumulator, atomic accumulator, power cables, and power switches. The solar panels will always close down at night. So they are a good source of energy, but they will shut down at night. And that's not a good thing. I'll just pause just a second. Wind turbine, amazing building, will work constantly. And especially if you're placing it on high elevations and during dust storms, which we have deactivated for this playthrough, they will generate power. And there's two of them. You can see there's this type, the regular one, and there's a bigger one. And you can see the prices are basically double up. We also got the Stirling generator. We have 8 of those ready to be built. They are really, really good. It says base production is 10, but when we build it, it's actually 20. Very important to know that too. This one has the ability to be opened, and that will generate even more power. So if I go in here and say, yeah, I want the Stirling generator, and I want to build it right here, there's a drone coming right here that wants to go over there and to build it. And then I also want to have power cables, so I'm basically double clicking right there, and then you can see there's a little power cable coming up. What will happen now is that one of our drones, it looks like, maybe this one, it's going up here to grab some metal that it can use for the for that little piece right there. But we already have our transport doing things, so maybe what I will probably do is I will take and left click and drag. So with that I select all my drones, and then I can go up here and say gather. And you will notice some of them will go there immediately, some of them won't. It really depends if the hub or their control center.
Found. Research complete. Milestone achieved.
If their control center is within that range. So you can see this little sector of metal up here. It is actually within the area where the rocket is working. So you can see that is a great start. So now we get 3 drones going up here, and you can see now they begin to collect stuff. And they can only hold 1, where this one you can see it already have 15, plus it's a lot faster. As soon as we got some metal, we will have this one built, and we can get this one running. The next building I will build is under the production, and we will get the concrete extractor, and we will get this one down here, because that is a really, really good one. So now that is built, I will go back to my power, and if in this case I pressed it at one location, it turns out that that is not a good location, so I have to right click, and then I can select a spot just outside, and then I will place the cord right here all the way up to the Stirling generator. You will also notice that this drone right here is now building that little thing right here. You can see it's changing color now. So there we go. And now the drone hub is actually working. So now all the drones right here will begin working. Great. We got also another important thing. We got research complete, and we got breakthrough discovered. So the drone we sent down here, the little explorer, has researched that point right there and has found a breakthrough. So we will head into our research screen, and then we will look at it. Doubles the chance that a colonist will have or gain a rare trait. We will start that. You can see that the automatic research up here is not being done at all. It is just waiting for these two to get done before it will continue. So, in a way, the research tree will automatically, over time, get researched. In the beginning, it might be a good idea to get some of the basic
Sector
ones.
scanned.
Thank you. It will be able to get some of the basic research done, but it will do it otherwise for you. So if you don't really want to dive into the research tree yet, that's totally fine. The game will do it for you. One of the great things about this game. You will also notice that I have selected the little rover, the Explorer, right here. And I just zoomed out because there's another anomaly up here. So we will go up there, and this one will generate research to us. So when
Research
that has
complete.
been, so when that little rover the Explorer has gone up here and has found or researched that one, it will give us a little bit extra research, nothing else. There is two more out here. There's one right here, and there's another one right here. So maybe there's something there, maybe not. You will also notice that we got a new icon. We got this one, a little blue one, a research site. Boost research production when in radius of a dome or outside research facility. A dome, which you can build right here. We don't want to build it yet, but it has the ability to have research labs, as you can see right here. And these research labs will get more boost and will increase your research, number one. It will also, and especially if there's a dome up here with some research in it, or one of those research buildings, you will get a 15% bonus or boost on the research from that dome. So it can be really, really good to do. You will notice that that this little guy is working on the last bit, and now the concrete extractor begins to work. We are actually doing really good. The next thing I will probably put down is some storage, because the rocket includes additional storage. You can see it has a little bit of refueling, but it also has some polymer, it has some electronics, and it has some machine
scanned.
parts. And it's a great idea to get a universal depot, or a couple of them maybe even, to allow to where they can place stuff. These buildings does not require power, and you get 30 of each type of seed or resource. And you will notice that all of our drones, or rovers, they are drones in this case, they are driving up to the rocket, grabbing a material, and then they drive down here to deliver it. So you will notice that we get a bunch of materials down here very, very quickly. You will also notice, if you're looking over here, that two of the drones are driving around. This one wants to get some more power, and it is doing that using this little recharge station. So you can see it's holding on for dear life on some metal bars right here where it's being charged. One of the good things is that these rovers, they do not lose battery over time. And if they do, I have not noticed any big differences regarding that. Especially because you can get research that allows them to drive longer, have a better battery, and that way you will probably never notice it. And they will go to these recharging stations automatically. So they will do that 100% as AI, and it's a nice way to think about that. Let's also get some water. So we will drop down here into the production, and we will find the... sorry, not water. It's under life support. And we will get the water extractor. This one is 100% autonomous. We don't need any additional people to work on that. You can see that the transporter up here, it has now stopped gathering resources. It's because it has 30 metal in this case. So now we can say to it by selecting it and then right click on one of these where we can say unload resource. Then it will begin to drive
Anomaly found.
down here. You can see that we are getting more and more information that there are anomalies up here. You can actually see there's one right here. One of those tech anomalies. So we might be able to get some new technology using this one. And that will open up more in this one. Maybe it will already research it. Maybe it's something it will do later on. Or maybe it's something we won't see being anything special.
No active research. Research complete. Milestone achieved.
And we got the next one. You can see we got a milestone down here, research a breakthrough. So that is great. We got some points out of that, some research out of that. We scanned an anomaly. That's also great. And so the milestones are doing great right now. We got another anomaly. So this anomaly that was right here gained us 1,250 research points. We got some new research. You can see the load G shaft tunneling has been done and has been researched. And now the game is basically just not that one, this one. It is continuing with the next one. And it will just continue to do that. And it will come up and say no active research every time there is a new research going. It's a little bit annoying, but yeah, we have to live with that. It also has found some new anomalies that we need to send this rover to. So left click it and right click on the anomaly. I'm moving around with W, A, S, and D on your keyboard. That's the way I'm figuring out my way around this. There's a sector here that has been scanned. We found some metal and we found some water, so it's a part of this probably. It is. You can see the number of water right here, 10,718, is exactly the same as when I click this one. It has exactly the same number. Research complete. So it's basically just scanning and scanning and scanning right now. I'm right-clicking to eliminate those messages. I think there's somewhere probably is a way to not get these what's it called, notifications. But I think it's. But at the same time, I think it's okay that we do not do that, or that we do get them, because they're very important. But yeah, the everything is working fine, as you can see, and we're getting some metal from different places. This has now delivered all its metal, as you can see, and now we can send it down here to gather some more research. So now we're just waiting a little bit. So you can see that over here, we don't have a prefab for this building. So we don't have all the materials needed. But we do have a few things. So you can see it has some concrete and machine parts. So right now I'm just waiting for some more concrete to come. And you can see there's already 4 or 3 rovers
scanned.
Right here, driving over to this to deliver the last pieces. And as soon as that is done, we will also need some power, of course. So I will just build a quick little line, and it doesn't matter if you link it up to the in this case the Stirling generator, or if you just allow it right here. That opening menu does not really interest me at all, but we have to open it, and that's okay. Now you can see that they're beginning to work on the on this power cable right here. So soon you will see that the water right here is being built. One drone is doing all the work. That's nice to see, and the rest is basically just busy working on stuff here. So very, very soon we will have water being extracted from over here, and we will have power to it. It takes, of course, a little bit of time, but we will get there. I will go into the build menu, go into the life support, and then I will get a water tower. And the reason I want that is very, very simple. I want to have water, or store some of the water, so we can get it working quite early on. You can see that this one says it has no power. Of course it has no power, because it's only being built right now. You can see the last one is coming here.
Research complete.
And will allow you to, or will send you to place the metal it is carrying at this power cable, and then it will build the power cable and things will be ready. The next thing they will start is this building here. Of course you can go up here and you can see some different icons. The first one is a priority. The higher the priority, the more important it is for the rovers to do it, or the drones to do it. The next one, turn off, on off. I can turn it on or turn it off, and then it will normally stop working. But in this case, it was already being built, so I couldn't stop it. But now I can turn it off, and it will not work at all. And the last one is, of course, salvage.
Sector scanned.
But we don't need that. We'll click those two away. So we go into the live support, and we click the one called pipes, and then we can place. And you can see these buildings. They have what looks like, yeah, basically pipes. So you can place a pipe there, and the water extracts up here also have pipes links to it. So we can place them right there, and you will see that they're being. So now in a few moments, the drones will drive up here, grab some metal, and drive over here and begin building the pipe. So we are already now beginning to get a good start. As soon as we have some water, I think that's the end of this video. So we're basically right now just waiting for the rovers to come, or the drones to come over here and build this one. I will use plus and minus to change the speed. You can see pause is space, and then you can change the speed in 3 levels. So slow speed, that's the current one, a little bit on the normal speed, a little bit faster, and the fastest. I will go up to the fastest, so you can see how fast it actually goes.
Research complete.
It was basically done immediately. I'll just go down again. And right now you will notice that slowly this little blue bubble tells you how much water is in there. And you can also click on the water tower, and then you will see that it is increasing by 6. Stored water 12, capacity 100, max output 10. Increasing is of course how much water is coming in. The stored water is how much is stored. How much is the capacity
Sector scanned.
In total. And then we get a max output, and it is how much water can it send out if there is a shortage. So in this case it can send 10 out. And that's a nice little thing to know, that it's able to, so it will actually emptying faster than it is increasing at the moment. Normally that's not a big issue, but if there was an overuse of water, it would of course be an issue. But currently we are only storing water, so that's not a big thing at all. So we have got our first few buildings. We've got the concrete running. We have got some deposit or depots. We have got some research going. We've got the rover scanning things. I'll scan that one too. We have got some metals. We have got the drones working. We have found some water. We have also added a little water tower to store the water. And we are slowly beginning to get a colony working. It takes time, yes, but we are getting there in a slow pace. But I think that's the best thing to do when in a video like this. In the next video, we will go and continue expanding our colony. We will get some more buildings. We will get a fuel refinery. We will get some more power. We will, basically just continue working our way into the game. That includes, of course, to produce oxygen. It includes having maybe some more production down here. There's a fuel refinery, so we will get the fuel refinery running. We will not be building any extractors yet because they require workers. You can see that they do that in the description text. So we need to have colonists before we can do anything. Power, we are probably not going to have any issues currently. And infrastructure,
Sector scanned.
not really anything yet. Maybe we will build a landing pad. We will figure it out when we get there. You can also build some recharging stations all over the place if you want that. I'm not really building them because the rovers can just go to their drone hub and get recharged. But once in a while, if they are far away from a drone hub, it might be a good idea to plop them down so you can get them, give them some energy. We are not going into any kind of terraforming yet. That will happen later. But for now, we are basically just getting our colony started. When that is done, we will be able to continue with other things. But so that's what we are going for in the next video. So have a great day and see you in the next one. Bye bye.